Um, the initial observation came to me when I was a strategy consultant, and I realized how important the frontline and managers are. They're really critical to any organization. In fact, increasingly, I think they're becoming the most important role in an organization. They're where culture is held. They're where the entirety of leadership expectations are bearing down on them like a lightning rod from everyone from the CEO to directors are saying, how are you doing? What are you doing? And then, of course, they still have to do the player coach role. So they're having to do the individual contributor work as well as the player work, as well as the management work. And I think during the pandemic, that sort of compounded the challenges we're facing, and that people started to do more and more remote work. We became a bit more disconnected from one another. I also am learning that over the course of developing this, that many managers are getting greater and greater burden placed on them. Some people are being asked to manage 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, now 20 direct reports, I think is the average that Dell are asking for everybody under the VP level. So once you're managing 20 people, your surface area just goes up exponentially. And so how do you manage across that level of surface area when you're new to leadership, new to management? I think it's almost an impossible task for many people. And for so many folks, who have been fantastic, maybe even gifted technically in their own field for whatever they're doing, whether they're a product manager or a marketing manager or whether they're working in design, maybe they're a content strategist. Suddenly they were really fantastic writers, but, leading people is a completely different set of skills. And I think the fundamental premise behind what we're building is leadership is not just an extension of what you're doing, but it's a completely new set of disciplines that you need to go and acquire, a completely new set of skills that you need to go and acquire. And you can't just do what you did before. And so in learning that, we set about trying to create the support and the reflection that people need to be able to get good at that.
You're almost been describing a situation where leadership can be taught versus born with.
Right.
And what's your comments on that?
Yeah. My belief is that leadership is a calling that not all of us should choose. And often companies use it as a way to retain people, or people use it as a way to get paid more. Those are not necessarily great reasons to go and choose to lead. I'm also somebody who learned leadership through praxis. So putting what I was learning into motion and then getting feedback on it in loops was kind of how I learned. It's just that those loops took a lot longer without the benefit of any tools. And so my belief is you have to have the orientation to want to lead. You have to be compelled to want to lead and not just feel like it's the only way to go and get paid more money in your career path. And if you choose to do that, then obviously there are ways to get better at it. And so I don't think that leadership is a gift that some of us have and some of us don't. And I think that's kind of maybe what's behind
or something to